thank the member for Chisholm, and I call the member for Riverina.
Yet another political stunt by this Albanese Labor government, this desperate government. As usual, absolutely no real considerations to the issues which are having such an impact on regional Australians. Because I think, actually I know, Deputy Speaker, Labor neither understands nor worst cares about those Australians who live over the sandstone curtain, the great dividing range. How about this government just do something different for a change? How about this government just focus on improving regional phone connectivity? And they'll say, oh, but we are. But when they brought out their election promises, so-called improving connectivity round, and it was election promises, all of the mobile phone towers, all of the upgrades to the existing towers went to Labor Party seats. And they came in here, they said they would have transparency and integrity over, there'd be no pork barrelling under us. Well, shame on them, because the colour-coded spreadsheets, at least ours had a bit of colour, theirs were all red. Theirs were all red when it came to upgrading mobile phone towers. And residents are rightly concerned. I know that just 2 months ago I spoke about the issue both locally back in my Riverina electorate and in this place too, about the issue of mobile connectivity affecting residents in and around Ardlethan and Camara. Now, they're not big towns, but they're very important agricultural entities, districts. Ardlethan had a tin mine which flourished for many, many years until the world price of that commodity dropped through the floor. The big wheat-growing areas, big sheep-producing areas. But residents there shouldn't have to climb the nearest wheat silo to get coverage, to get reception, to get at least just one bar on their mobile phone, particularly during harvest, particularly if there's a medical emergency. That is just not right. Farmers these days expect better, farmers demand better, farmers deserve better, particularly as though since we had the deregulation of the wheat industry, farmers need their mobiles whilst they're up the paddock, whilst they're on the chaser bins, whilst they're on the header, whilst they're stripping their crops, to be able to sell those crops, to be able to sell that grain. Once upon a time you just took it to the silo and the wheat board took care of, and you got the price that, depending on hard wheat or whatever quality and quantity you produced. But not these days. You can actually sell the wheat. There's a huge market for it. You can't sell it if you can't get mobile coverage, and you lose. And farmers tend to sometimes lose tens of thousands of dollars simply because they can't get the right price at the right time because they've got no damn coverage, and it's just not good enough. And it's not good enough. And this government comes in here with legislation that is not going to fix the farmers at Ardlethan and Camara's area now, in that district. Now, I know that Telstra is working closely with the farmers, and I appreciate the efforts that Southern Regional Manager Chris Taylor is going to help them. I know there's been a delay in that, and I know Telstra and Mr Taylor have been up front with the residents, but it's incumbent upon this government to show a little bit of care, a little bit of concern over those issues affecting those sort of regional people. Now, I know the benefits that bringing mobile phone connectivity, and I appreciate this is about broadband, but it's all about data, it's all about having connections to the rest of the world, how much the benefits bring to areas. I remember unveiling a tower in Goobaragandra, and I know Tony Karamaleski there in what was then the Tumut Shire, now Snowy Valleys, how pleased he was, because he said that'll save lives. He said that will actually save lives, and he fought so hard. And the benefits it brought to a little place called Maringo in the Young District, Hilltops Regional Council area. The number of businesses, small businesses run by women in that area who were going to be then connected to the world because of the connection that we'd provided through the mobile phone tower at Maringo.
Order. It being